We're in Minneapolis. We made it there, but it's Martin Luther King Day, so all the banks are closed. Nobody's gonna change our money because our money looks like fucking Monopoly money. So we're screwed. We're fucked. And that's basically what I said to him. And he said, well, let's just go home. And I really, there was just this huge part of me that wanted to disagree and say, no, we're gonna sleep in this car for 2 days until Martin Luther King weekend is over, and then we'll spend the last $0 we have, because we don't have any money left. And so I thought, okay, yeah, probably going home is probably the smartest thing to do. So get back in the car, and we start driving, all depressed. We failed our mission. We got to Minneapolis, we passed that part, but we failed the part that the exciting part. So we're driving back, and the car just starts to act up every once in a while. It starts to jitter, like, and keep going. Every time that happens, my heart's like pounding, thinking, oh fuck, the car's gonna break down in the middle of nowhere. But no, keeps on going. Did that about 10 times, that stalling, or whatever you want to call it. And eventually it stopped. It went dun 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 stoof, and just stopped. Nothing would work. The battery was dead. Couldn't play music. Nothing. We're on the side of the highway, trapped in this car with our clothing, our whatever, our cassette tapes, and we're just sitting there trying to keep hold of our sanity pretty much by then. I don't know if Max wanted to strangle me by then or whatnot, but now it's funny to laugh at. But we're sitting there in this car, huddled up with all our clothes. We put all our clothes on our feet, and as for first aid, we don't know shit all, but for somebody who doesn't know shit all, we sure enough we did as much as we could so that we didn't die of hypothermia. And eventually, woo, behind us, this policeman gets out of his car and starts walking, click, 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 and knocks on my window. And so I roll my window down, just freezing cold. Even though I had blankets on and stuff, I was still cold. And he's like, "What's the matter, boys?" And we told him our story about Martin Luther King Day and how we just wanted to go to Minneapolis for a day as a trip, not to buy anything or whatnot, just as a day trip, something to do. And earlier on, we tried to get into the Quest Inn, and the Quest Inn wouldn't take us. I don't know why. I still to this day don't know why, but they wouldn't let us into the apartment, or the inn, whatever you want to call it. So he says, okay, well, your car's obviously broken, you need to get it fixed, so right now you need some rest, so I'll drive you to the nearest hotel. And he drives us back to the Quest where we just were, and he goes, "These two boys need a room." And they go, "Oh, okay." They're some East Indians that run the place. And So we get a place, still wondering how the fuck we're gonna pay for it. I had a few choices. I could phone my brother, Dave, my brother Brent, or my dad. So I was sitting there brainstorming while Max was watching like amateur porn on the TV. So I thought, okay, my brother Brent would be most likely to somewhat understand and to help out, and that he has, a little extra money that he can. And I thank him to this day for helping me out. He helped me out big time, and I guarantee that I will eventually pay him back. But so I called him, told him the whole situation. He laughed at me, and yeah, he paid for the hotel, and he paid for my car to get fixed in buttfuck nowhere. There was like one restaurant and a video game place that had like 3 video games, and just the people were strange. They were like, oh my god, there's people here that don't belong. It's like they were aliens or something. They all looked the same too. It was very strange. So after the car gets fixed, we're like, yeah, going back home. So we start to go back home. On our way back home, we go through Fargo, stopped at the Fargo Mall and picked up some albums. The Youngsters is one that just clicks in my head that I remember that I bought. And so we're listening to the Youngsters and driving home, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, and the car just starts wobbling. I'm like, no fucking way. A flat tire? Like, how many things can possibly go wrong? So pull over to the side and we look, and sure enough, it's a flat tire. So we go in the back of the car. Luckily, we got a spare tire, one of those little tiny ones, and it's getting really cold because we're getting closer to Canada. The closer to Canada that you get, the colder it gets. So we're freezing our asses off trying to get this tire on, and we eventually do put the tire back. We're totally exhausted. Like, anything could have happened at that point, and we wouldn't even be surprised. So we drove back into the city, dropped Max bag off at his house, and really we didn't gain much out of the experience, except I guess it really welded our friendship together, because we went through that whole ordeal, and we ended up coming home alive. And to this day I still owe my brother $2,000. So if I ever have that much money, hold me to it and take it from me. Alright. Fuck. That was nuts.